Hello and welcome back, Dua fam. Today's a Thursday, means today is a Duacast day. However, due to scheduling issues, we hate to interrupt this programming and inform you guys that Dua will not be doing a Duacast this Thursday. Instead, you get me talking about our pre-Black Friday sale, which starts today at 6 p.m. Pacific with 11 releases, Dua 25, 150 Safe 30. News anchor out. Raza back in. So, now that you know the message from our news anchor that there will be no Duacast today, so let's briefly go over what's in line for pre-Black Friday, which starts today at 6 p.m. as you heard from our newscaster. Right? Anyways, 11 new releases, solid new releases with 3 originals, and I want to talk about the originals a little bit. Number 1, all of the 2 originals releasing, you guys got samples for Halloween. There we go. And they were chocolate, hazelnut, marshmallow, and Pops. Now, about Pops, Omar Ramos, my brother, I don't know where you are. I tried texting you. David Venegas tried getting in touch with you via Facebook Messenger. I tried getting in touch with you via Facebook Messenger. Your profile's deactivated. We genuinely hope you're okay, Libroski. And Pops is finally releasing. Please, if you're watching, come back to Facebook, come back to the Dua group. We need you there, brother. Pops, it's Dad's fragrance. So I don't think we've disclosed the notes yet. However, they're in front of me. I'm gonna cheat because I can't memorize them all. We're talking about, now these were the notes that Omar gave me for his dad, and everything was built around those notes with obviously additions and subtractions. So bergamot, ginger, mandarin orange, which is a CO2, Indonesian cardamom, black pepper, lavender tincture, not just an aroma chem of lavender, it's actually a lavender tincture, jasmine, plum, star anise, cedarwood, Madagascar vanilla, which is 5 years aged, tonka bean, amber, benzoin, Haitian vetiver, suede, patchouli, and white musk, tailored for a mass appealing version of a elderly gentleman kind of a fragrance, right? So you guys got samples. It is awesome. I can't get enough of it. It has a special message and story behind it. So hope you guys will like Pops, and maybe you guys already got the sample and you're loving it. So the bottle's going live today. Now, caramel coffee cake. I was eating a caramel coffee cake earlier this year in Dubai. I think it was around the time of March, where I was trying to not have too much sugar, but a friend of mine, we went to this cafe. It was a dessert bar. It wasn't exactly a dessert bar. It was like one of those cafes where you get shawarmas, coffees, and the whole spectrum. After having that double Americano, it wasn't even an Americano, it was a double espresso, sorry. Super like dark Colombian roast double espresso, like strong. I still remember I had this bitter taste in my mouth, and a friend of mine ordered a milk cake, tres leches if you want to call it, in the US market. He was having milk cake. I had this bitter taste of coffee in my mouth, and it was like, I remember growing up in Dubai, my aunt used to, or when I was 18, 19, right? 2006, 7. My aunt used to get this cake. It was a the caramel coffee cake. It was actually a coffee cake minus the caramel. It was actually a coffee cake. It would come from this bakery called Bombay Bakery. It kind of took me in that zone that, dude, I'm tasting this coffee. I'm smelling this tres leches milk cake with caramel on it. And if I combine this, thinking how I smelled actual coffee cake when growing up, how would it turn out? Well, it was based off of 2-3 cent memories of childhood. And obviously when I had that taste in my mouth and my friend eating the milk cake. So that's sitting in that moment is what inspired the idea behind this, right? So the notes, I can smell it. I just did 2 sprays on the tester strip and I can smell it. And the notes we are seeing in caramel coffee cake, because there's one more that we're doing, which is a little different, which is a chocolate hazelnut marshmallow, which I'll talk about shortly. I just want to make sure I give you the right notes. Caramel, coffee, milk cake, the milk cake I was telling you about. Heliotrope, sponge sugar, honey drizzle, amber, and white musk. Now you'll be like, why heliotrope? Well, in order to create that powdered essence of coffee in a cake, that sponginess, you know, like if you think about it, you have a cake with coffee, it's a coffee cake with caramel drizzle on top. When you reach that sponginess, there's a sense of this powdered vanillic feeling. Now, vanilla itself will not give that feeling, hence a very subtle floral note of heliotrope to round off that effect and really create that milky sponginess of the cake you would get. With obviously everything else just happening, that coffee's nice and bitter. You know, it's bitter, borderline boozy almost. Like, just, it's not boozy, it's not a boozy coffee, it's not a coffee liquor by any chance, but it's more like coffee, but it's just getting borderline, right? Like it's just, there's probably there's like a whiskey sitting nearby and you're drinking coffee and you catch a whiff of that whiskey, right? It's that kind of a hint without an actual alcoholic spirit note within the fragrance, if that makes sense. But very proud of this one. It's dense, it's deep, it really covers that vanillic frosting, that coffee creaming, that crusted, caramelly, drizzled coffee battery accord, right, with the sponginess from the heliotrope and that milk cake vibe, right? So it does it really, really well. You guys will really enjoy it. I think we sent out a sample of this one. I'm not sure, but I think we did. If you guys have already had that sample from Halloween, you'll kind of sense what I'm going with this one. The third one, which is also a chocolate hazelnut marshmallow fragrance. It's literally named chocolate hazelnut marshmallow. A lot of our divas, this was in keeping the divas in mind, a lot of the divas have been asking for a nice, fluffy, vanillic marshmallow. Now that's easy. We have so many vanillas. They smell marshmallowy, you know, Alexander Short, Vanillic Dreams, Accidental Vanilla. There's so many. We're actually working on one which is a vanilla based, it's all about macaroons, like French vanilla macaroons. We're working on one, but I really wanted to try and capture a marshmallow note, but with that nutty, from that hazelnut, right? That nuttiness, which is so decadent, and then throw in some chocolate in there. So almost like a made up chocolate hazelnut marshmallow, like a marshmallow infused with hazelnut and chocolate, right? Obviously, roasted kind of an accord is in there, but let me give you the actual notes, which are chocolate, hazelnut, strawberry, muguet, amber, vanilla, marshmallow. So it's not just marshmallow now, see? It's vanilla marshmallow, which is basically not your white traditional marshmallow, so it has that fluffiness of a marshmallow, that creaminess, but think of it as like it's been infused maybe with some edible vanilla, like vanillin that you'd add in foods for making a cake, for example, vanilla extract. You added some vanilla extract onto the marshmallow and it like seeped into the marshmallow and just let it sit. It sat and it's now like a vanillic marshmallow. It's made up obviously within the mind, but that's what it captures. Like imagine if you were to actually get a product of vanilla marshmallow. That's what you're gonna be smelling in this one. With obviously our muskiness to just help push everything through, but I'm gonna spray it because I dropped the tester strip. I'm not gonna reach for it. Another one. So, see? It starts off almost like eating a chocolate with hazelnut in it. It almost starts off like that. But that marshmallow fluffiness, creaminess, sweetness is very present. It almost smells like a drink. Like there's no coffee note or no milk note in here. Well, there's a milk note, but think of it this way. You got a milk, right? You added some Godiva chocolate drizzle in the milk, and you threw in a marshmallow in there, just straight up, right? Threw on a vanilla sprinkle with literally an actual hazelnut thrown within the mixture, and then you just let it sit, let it seep. So the hazelnut's gonna open up into the milk, the chocolate's gonna change the color, give it a nice brown tint while giving it a very sweet aspect. The vanilla will give it a very warm gourmand feel, right? And then the marshmallow is in there with that milk, and think of it like you're drinking that. Now, what you would smell is what's this chocolate hazelnut marshmallow. That was the theming behind it. I hope I did a good job of trying to explain the concept behind it. And I know our director, Mr. H behind the camera, is gonna do an awesome job in whatever I said, putting it in some sort of a picture format so you guys can try to picture the scent with me and then imagine how it would smell. Samples went out. So besides these three originals, wrapping up the originals, finally releasing the Oudh Inspiration, Reminiscent 2022, Diorama Sport 2022, lemon. Just, I'm actually gonna spray this one. Oh, dude, wear it to the gym. Like, holy shit. You know what? This might actually go really well with the workout cologne that we're making, or the workout elixir that I'm making for the gym that I've already made. We're waiting on labels and everything. Dang, this might be an amazing hybrid. Holy shit, I'm gonna give that a try. What else are we releasing? We are releasing 3 hybrids. Talking about hybrids. Casino Royale Bois Oudh edition. Now, I posted about this. If you love Tom Ford Oud wood, but you've always found it to be a little too woody, woody, I always have. And if you've always wished that the woodiness was made sweeter or sweet, because it's not sweeter, because it's not sweet at all. The woodiness made very sweet and very ambery, right? And very warm kind of a wood, instead of that pungent woody scent, a very warm feeling to the whole composition. Then Casino Royale Nights Bois Oudh edition. I can already tell you we're gonna have a hard time keeping this one in stock, because we have a hard time keeping Bois Oudh in stock. Every time we bring it back, it goes. I have a feeling this is gonna be the same thing with this one, but it's excellent. Please do try to get your hand on a bottle today. You're gonna love it. I mean, there's no way to not love this if you like Tom Ford Oud wood. Just Savage's Electric Elixir, YSL Blue Èlectrique with Sauvage Elixir. Just that ambery, mass appeal, spicy vibe of Sauvage Elixir that no one can deny is sexy and just gets compliment. Built on a base of Blue Èlectrique, which is now discontinued, dual version, Electric Rendezvous, which you all love for the blue freshness it brings in, obviously with subtle notes of spices. Now, those spices with the Sauvage Elixir and that amberiness, just straight up compliment magnet home run. Impossible to not love. This one from our creators at thedouxbrand.com. Our creators requested for this Fierce Realization, which is our inspiration of Cody Avatar, which you guys love, along with Abercrombie & Fitch Fierce, #Fierce. You guys love it. You guys love the duo version. We even did a Natar version for the Fierce, which is even longer lasting than the first version we did. So both two combined together, super duper malt freshness with that Cody Avatar gentleman freshness, little upscale barbershop vibe going on, coming together just blows everything out of the water, and it's just too good to not miss. If you love both, or if you love one or the other and are looking for a little twist on the existing scent, cannot go wrong with Fierce Realization. Besides all of this, 2 fragrances came in again from our creators of the DoorBrand.com email, Gritti, and they are Rialto, and I'm gonna butcher this name, Duchessa, and Rialto. So I've already tried them. My favorite being Rialto, because this, my friends, is good. Now, We all know how much Dua people love mango. Desire 2, there's so many other mango fragrances, mango lassi. I love mango as a note. This one has a very gorgeous ripe mango, but with a rose typey note and some oud with some amber, and obviously there's some citruses and stuff going on, but with vanilla. But these few notes, the mango, the rose, the vanilla, the amber, and the oud, they create something very special. It's awesome. It's like a very woody, oudy mango with like rose petals. It's really good. Definitely gonna be doing a Dua version. It comes from Italy, I believe, made in Italy, yeah. Italian brand. I don't think we've done anything from this brand. First two I've sniffed, and Rialto really blew me away the moment I sniffed it. I was like, wow, this is awesome and definitely needs to happen. We'll definitely be doing a Dua version, so thank you creators, Dua Divas, especially in Dua Divas, someone also requested Gritti. Duchessa. It's meant to be a, you guys can already see where I'm going with this. You can see I'm not super excited about the fragrance. Not because it doesn't smell good, it smells amazing, but I'll tell you right now. So I got this one thinking, oh, there's like a nice cherry note in here, some other nuances in here. It'll be a good cherry addition to the cherry lineup in Dua, but it's just Lost Cherry. Tom Ford Lost Cherry. Less boozy, more cherry, more fruity, but it's a 90% Tom Ford Lost Cherry. I was actually bummed because I was hoping for a new cherry experience, but yeah, not gonna be recreating this one. $305 for a 100 ml Tom Ford Lost Cherry twist. Not worth it. However, Rialto, worth the tester strip. You know, it almost has the same sense of blending direction. Not that I'm saying it's a clone of the following brand I'm about to say, but the blending way is similar to what you would get from Wydian, you know, Chemi, those oriental kind of fragrances, you know, and that's what Chemi does too right now. If you think about it, I just said Chemi, and now that I think, if you look at Aurum, Gourmand and Oudh, if you look at Hermetic, another Gourmand and Oudh with caramel, if you look at it, Layla, if you sniff any of these, they're all Gourmand Ouds. 2-3 from Chemi are Gourmand Ouds. Wydian, Gourmand Ouds. Mango, Rose, Oudh, Gourmand Oudh. Hence, I'm saying it's kind of reminding me the blending way of Wydian and darn it, Wydian and, do not edit this part out, Mr. H. I cannot remember and I cannot go back, but yeah, Wydian and one other brand reminds me of those two. But that's a wrap for today's episode instead of a Dua cast covering these releases. 3 samples going out with each order. Whether you buy a bottle or a solo, you're gonna be getting 3 samples. Hashtag Sillage, which is an inspiration of Scentologica Sillage, Dua Cologne 154, which is an inspiration of Joe Malone Cologne 154, and Salted Caramel Bourbon. It's gotten so much love. There's so many requests that people would love to sample it. We're like, we'll give that one out as a sample during our pre-Black Friday sale, which starts today. Please don't forget to subscribe, like the channel, like this video, comment, and creators at theduabrand.com is your friend. Anything you want Dua to create, you let us know and we will try to make it happen. As always, thank you guys for tuning in. Love you guys. Enjoy this weekend and we'll see you next week, hopefully with a Dua cast. If not, we're not doing any releases next weekend, but we'll see you with a Dua cast next weekend.